When rumors began to circulate that Austin Lee Russell, better known as Chumlee, had been sentenced to life in prison, it came as a complete and utter surprise to viewers of Pawn Stars. Chumlee, who was well known for his laid-back demeanor and humorous moments on the show, got himself into major legal issues all of a sudden, which was something that nobody anticipated happening. Over the course of several years, Pawn Stars provided viewers with a source of entertainment by showcasing the fascinating world of pawn dealing, rare antiques, difficult negotiations, and the everyday drama that occurred within Rick Harrison's well-known location in Las Vegas. On the other hand, Chumlee's well-established television career has recently taken a dark and unexpected turn. However, what exactly did he do to warrant such a terrible sentence of this magnitude? Come along with us as we investigate the circumstances that led to a significant change in Chumlee's life, as well as the specifics of this horrific case. Born on September 8, 1982, in Henderson, Nevada, Austin Chumlee Russell is a well-known American businessman and television personality. He rose to prominence in the entertainment industry. When he was 12 years old, a friend's father told him that his face looked like a walrus character from the cartoon Tennessee Tuxedo. This impression led to the creation of his nickname. It was a moniker that stayed, and ever since then, people have referred to him as Chumlee. In his younger years, he developed a close friendship with Corey Harrison. Rick, Corey's father, and Richard, Corey's grandpa, started the pawn shop in 1989. This establishment would later serve as the plot point for the television show Pawn Stars. It was at the age of 21 that Chumlee started working at the Gold and Silver Pawn Store. The filming of Pawn Stars began on July 2009, after the location had been there for 5 years. Under his employment at the store, he is responsible for performing tasks such as working behind the counter, testing products, loading stuff, and writing tickets for customers who have made purchases. The tragic news is that his father passed away from pancreatic cancer just 2 weeks before the premiere of Pawn Stars. It was the company Left Field Pictures that was responsible for the show Pawn Stars being broadcast on the History Channel. After much deliberation, they came to the conclusion that the event should be held in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the renowned Gold and Silver Pawn Shop that is owned by a family. At any time of the day or night, the store was open. The show's idea is straightforward. The show follows the proprietor and workers of the pawn shop as they go about their everyday business at the shop, where they buy, sell, and analyze unusual goods that customers bring in during the course of the day. A lot of people started playing Pawn Stars. It was the show that has the highest number of viewers on the History Channel, and the reality show that is the second most popular on television, immediately after Jersey Shore. Throughout the course of the episode, Chumlee is depicted as the comic relief, and she is frequently mocked for not being particularly sophisticated. On the other hand, he has established himself as an expert in pinball machines, which impressed Corey in one of the episodes. In a short amount of time, Chumlee emerged as the most well-liked cast member and a fan favorite on Pawn Stars. Because of the success of the show, he decided to launch his own business in order to manage his public appearances and sell novelty goods that he had made from scratch. In the year 2010, he was successful in selling half of his business to Rick Harrison for a price of roughly $160,000. This allowed the pawn shop to better manage the orders of items. As a result of his fame, his items were able to see a higher level of sales than those of the other cast members. However, Chumlee has historically been a diligent worker. During the time that Rick was making his decision to purchase a Quiznos, he revealed that he had been working as an assistant manager at McDonald's. It was requested that Chumlee take charge of it, and she did so while also beginning to work at the pawn business. He put in a lot of effort, working at both jobs for a total of 135 days, without taking a single day off. As time went on, he made the switch to working full-time at the shop, which coincided with the beginning of the show's rise in popularity. The rest, as they say, is history. Rick was ecstatic at the success of the event, and the amount of enjoyment that his audience had in watching him perform. He, Corey, and Chumlee even portrayed themselves in an episode of iCarly called I Lost My Head in Vegas. This was made possible as a result of the show's considerable success. The episode features a nice crossover moment for fans of both programs, since it involves the main characters interacting with them as part of a storyline that involves a missing item. Chumlee is well known for his comedic performance on the show, Rick is frequently teased by him, which contributes to the show's lively nature because he enjoys making jokes. Because their friendship appears genuine and unforced, people take pleasure in watching them interact. The impression I get is that they are simply being themselves. Moreover, Rick has stated that he and Chumlee have been working together for close to 20 years and that their relationship is extremely solid, almost to the point of being considered a family. As a result of the contrast between his lighthearted nature and Rick's serious demeanor, their interactions are entertaining to see. Pawn Stars is extremely successful, and a significant reason for this is that fans adore the relationship and sense of humor that exists between Chumlee and Rick. Throughout the course of the show, Chumlee has purchased and sold a great deal of merchandise. A few of them were fantastic buys, while others were not nearly as excellent. Speaking of positive aspects, Chumlee's life had been filled with its fair share of negative experiences, the majority of which were the direct result of the decisions he made. To tell you the truth, as part of an inquiry into a sexual assault that took place in 2016, he was taken into custody after the police searched his flat. Despite the fact that he was not charged with sexual assault, the search resulted in discoveries that were not anticipated. A cache of illicit substances, including crystal meth, marijuana, Xanax, and methamphetamine, was discovered by the authorities. In addition, many guns were discovered, as well as evidence that suspected cocaine use had occurred. There were a few of the firearms that were not registered, which brought up further legal difficulties. Although Chumlee was taken into custody, he was freed on bond the following day and was set to appear in court several days later. It was estimated that he was facing nearly 20 felony counts, some of which included drug and firearms offenses. Chumlee entered a guilty plea to the charges of unauthorized handgun possession, which was a felony, and attempted drug possession, which was classified as a gross misdemeanor. This was done as part of a plea deal that required him to serve 3 years of probation and undergo therapy. His attorney, David Chesnoff, confirmed this information. Subsequent to the first inquiry, he was charged with illegal possession of firearms and possession of drugs, which finally resulted in legal ramifications that were distinct from the investigation itself. Because he was unable to register some of the firearms, he was required to hand them over. He was instructed to avoid getting into any problems, and he served his time without receiving a lot of attention from the media. This is the reason why rumors began to circulate about death hoaxes and sentencing of life imprisonment. Chumlee was able to maintain his sobriety throughout the entire process, and as a result, his charges were reduced to misdemeanors, where they remained on his record. Chumlee reached a low point when he breached the law, which shocked many people who saw him as the mascot of Pawn Stars, who was known for his lively personality. The arrest report for Chumlee, who was a member of Pawn Stars, has just been made public. It turned out that he had a far more edgier side than most people anticipated. Not only did his legal problems shed light on a distinct facet of his nature, but the surprises did not end there. Rick's mother even filed a lawsuit against him, which added yet another layer of complexity to his predicament. It is possible that Chumlee still has a rebellious spirit, but for the time being, he is avoiding getting into trouble, in spite of the fact that there is always the possibility that something is taking on behind the scenes. It appears that he has learnt his lesson. If he continues to follow the correct course of action, he will have a lot of things to look forward to. It was inevitable that he would be fired from Pawn Stars if he was involved in yet another incident, and even the most devoted viewers of the show would not look his way in that case. Despite the fact that he is currently facing legal issues, Chumlee continues to play an important role on Pawn Stars and has been successful in opening a candy store. His ability to handle several businesses is demonstrated by the fact that he has expanded his business operations beyond the pawn shop to include the candy business and his collection of collectibles. During the month of June in the year 2017, Chumlee increased his business endeavors by opening Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, a vintage candy store that is situated in Las Vegas. In addition to a wide range of Jones sodas, the shop provides customers with a wide assortment of traditional and one-of-a-kind candies, such as vintage favorites such as Abba Zaba and Pez. Furthermore, the shop offers a selection of exclusive products, including autographed bobbleheads, as well as keychains that serve as souvenirs. The establishment, which is located right next to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, has developed into a well-liked destination for tourists. Customers have expressed their appreciation for the shop's extensive selection of sweets, as well as the opportunity to encounter Chumlee in person. It is important for the store to keep an active presence on social media, providing fans with regular updates regarding new products and activities. Customers have expressed their satisfaction with Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard's nostalgic offers and one-of-a-kind merchandise, which has contributed to the establishment's strong reputation as a prosperous business. The Instagram account of Chumlee is updated on a regular basis, providing peeks into his personal life as well as his professional endeavors. In addition to his prominent role in the pawn shop, collectibles, and sweets industries, he continues to investigate a wide range of business opportunities. Time and again, he demonstrates that he is capable of managing a wide variety of projects while also getting the most out of life. The decision to make some challenging adjustments was made by Chumlee so that she may experience life to the fullest. So, he made the decision to confront his weight head-on. It was due of the encouragement he received from his fiancée that he made the decision to reduce his weight. On the other hand, he desired to improve the way he cared for his health. The death of his father, who had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and had reached the age of 54, occurred just 2 weeks prior to the premiere of Pawn Stars television. These events opened Chumlee's eyes to the need of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Consuming veggies, avoiding red meat, and avoiding junk food were the first steps that Chumlee took toward adopting a healthy lifestyle. Keeping a healthy diet, doing out 6 days a week, and beginning each day with a smoothie were all things that he was doing throughout the week. For the purpose of weight loss, he made consistent adjustments to his food and exercise routine, and he concentrated on improving his eating habits and working out on a regular basis. After losing more than 75 pounds, he has been able to maintain his weight loss. As a result of his metamorphosis, many of his admirers who have followed his journey have been inspired. He felt better both physically and mentally once he completed his weight loss journey. The decision he made was not just because he wanted to appear different, but also because he wanted to live a longer and healthier life, and it has been beneficial to him so far. Everything was going quite well for him, and he was living a very comfortable life, up until the point where he decided that it wasn't enough. Furthermore, his weight was the primary source of concern for him at the time. He came to the conclusion that he needed to undergo a big makeover that would significantly enhance his mobility as well as his overall quality of life. As a result, he made the decision to operate. Gastric bypass surgery was the precise procedure that Chumlee chose. Before he decided to go through with the operation, everyone was aware that he had previously decreased his weight using conventional means such as diet and exercise, but that he had eventually gained back part of the weight. Instead of continuing the cycle of weight swings, he took the decision to undergo bariatric surgery in order to find a solution that would be more significant and long-lasting. Following his surgical procedure, he successfully dropped an amazing 160 pounds. Truth be told, a number of reality TV stars have opted to undergo weight reduction surgery. Among these celebrities are Angela Deem, who is a member of 90 Day Fiancé, and Tammy Slayton, who is a sister of 1,000 pound and shed 420 pounds as a result of her procedure. After Chumlee had lost a large amount of weight, he was able to participate in activities that were previously beyond of his reach. For example, he was finally allowed to ride a hovercraft after falling below the weight limit set by the manufacturer. This was something that he had never been able to do previously. Even though his weight loss continues to be a distinguishing aspect of his life, his significant alteration that occurred after he underwent gastric bypass surgery became apparent in the year 2021 only. He gained a new perspective on life as a result of his weight loss of more than 150 pounds, which not only benefited his health, but also increased the opportunities available to him. Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard is still in business as of the year 2024, and it continues to provide customers with a wide selection of nostalgic and unique candies. Positive feedback has been received on the store's selection of traditional candies, as well as its one-of-a-kind products for sale. The official Instagram account of the store, on the other hand, has not been updated with any new posts since October 7th of the previous year. Chumlee revealed a more compassionate side of himself in his most recent post, in which he expressed his sorrow for the loss of his cherished dog, Forrest. During the month of December, Chumlee made a personal appearance at the candy shop, where he interacted with many of the customers and fans. In order to make the announcement of his visit, he even used the Facebook page of the store to invite his followers to meet him in person. On the other hand, There has been no fresh activity on the Facebook page since the message that was posted in December of 2023. In spite of the fact that there have been no new updates posted on social media, the candy store is still open for business and continues to draw customers who are looking for a flavorful experience in Las Vegas. The social media presence of Chumlee continues to be active, as evidenced by the regular updates he posts on Instagram regarding his personal life and business endeavors. A well-known figure in the pawn shop, collectibles, and candy industries, he has effectively grown his brand beyond Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars is one of his most successful brands. It is because of his entrepreneurial endeavors, such as Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, that he has established a strong presence in a number of different markets. In addition to his commercial endeavors, Chumlee frequently engages in conversations with his followers both online and in person, and he also makes special appearances at his candy store on occasion. In spite of the fact that he has been involved in legal issues in the past, he has been able to re-establish his profession and keep a dedicated following. Chumlee continues to thrive and accept new chances, despite the fact that the social media activity of his store has slowed down. This can be shown through television, business initiatives, or social networking platform. Pawn Stars. Do America also presented themselves as one of the opportunities that were available to them. The popular television show Pawn Stars inspired this spin-off, which took Chumlee and the other cast members on a tour around the country in search of riches that were both distinctive and historically significant. The show highlights a variety of amazing items, such as rock and roll artifacts, such as the autograph of Van Morrison, vintage neon signs, and rare comic books. It has been claimed that Chumlee was on location in Detroit, where he was filming an episode of the show. According to Michigan Live, the episode that took place in Detroit was broadcast on April 3, 2024. This episode served to cement Chumlee's position as an essential component of the Pawn Stars franchise. Pawn Stars Do America took the gang on the road, in contrast to the first series, which takes place at their pawn shop in Las Vegas. They did not wait for vendors to come to them. Rather, they toured across the United States, meeting collectors, consulting experts, and negotiating agreements on the spot. Because of this new format, the process of purchasing and selling items is transformed into a thrilling treasure hunt that spans the entire country. Those who are interested in history and collectibles will find the show to be an exciting trip because each stop presented fresh opportunity to find artifacts that are exceptional and priceless. As well as that, Chumlee remained to be an essential component of the Pawn Stars series that was originally released. Due to the fact that Chumlee kept a low profile on social media following the scandals that he was involved in, it was difficult to keep track of his actions for a period of time. In addition, Chumlee's personal Instagram account has not been updated in quite some time, which has resulted in a number of inquiries on his current endeavors remaining unanswered. When he stated that he was going to create his own video game, those questions were quickly answered. We are aware of one thing, and that is the fact that Chumlee is overjoyed to have his very own video game. In this particular game, the title is Chumlee's Adventure: The Quest for Pinky. Looper conducted an interview with him, during which he expressed his enthusiasm for the project and reflected on his fondness for older Nintendo games. I don't play games as frequently as I used to, and in fact, I don't even play them at all these days, but I do play a little bit. As Chumlee put it, having Nintendo as a child was a really fantastic experience. As a child, I adored games that had a Nintendo feel to them, and this one has a kung fu-inspired gameplay. In light of the fact that homebrew video games have gained a lot of popularity, I thought it would be a pleasant idea to make one myself. Due to the fact that there are collectors who are enthusiastic about these kinds of games, I collaborated with a few individuals to create a truly fantastic one. The games that fall under this category are titles that were developed independently and are intended for older gaming systems. They are typically released in limited physical editions. A game that fits into this niche market is Chumlee's Adventure: The Quest for Pinky, which is interesting to people who are interested in vintage gaming, as well as collectors. Through the course of the game, players take control of Chumlee as he embarks on a journey to save his cherished dog, Pinky, while navigating traditional side-scrolling gameplay that is evocative of platformers from earlier eras. During their journey, they come into challenges, adversaries, and surprises that are concealed. There is a particular task that Chumlee has hinted at for gamers that are dedicated. You will be able to access some great hidden material from the game, if you are able to complete it without getting struck. The game has garnered great attention from fans of Pawn Stars, as well as collectors of retro gaming video games. It provides a nostalgic return to the golden age of gaming, while also showcasing Chumlee's personality, which is known for its love of fun. This jovial personality made another appearance, much to the joy of the audience. On his Instagram account, Chumlee_collects, the Pawn Stars star provided an amazing update from San Diego Comic-Con 2024. He was wearing a bathrobe that was inspired by graffiti and was reminiscent of Keith Haring's famed artwork from the 1980s. Chumlee appeared to be both calm and elegant. After undergoing surgery, it appears that he has been able to successfully sustain his weight loss, as evidenced by his much reduced body. During the course of his post, Chumlee proudly displayed his most recent Pokemon card acquisitions, which has been a lengthy interest of his. He was drinking coffee from a mug with a Japanese theme that had drawings of cats and mountains. As he reflected on his time spent at the conference, he mentioned that San Diego Comic-Con 2024 was an incredible experience, developed deeper connections with folks I have met more recently, as well as with some truly remarkable individuals that I have admired for a considerable amount of time. All things considered, it was a fabulous experience. At the next convention, I sincerely hope to see you all. At this point, it is time to return to the week and get some Pokemon cards out of their packaging. #Chumlee, #Pokemon, #Chumlee collects, and Pawn Stars. The convention was a significant event, and it even featured an unexpected appearance by Robert Downey Jr., which excited fans of Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the course of his attendance at Comic-Con, Chumlee was able to meet a number of his other heroes. He shared a photo on Chumlee_collects that featured 3 prominent names in the field of comics and collectibles: Todd McFarlane, Mitsuhiro Arita, and Stan Sakai. The shot was posted with the 3 other individuals. This was a dream come true for Chumlee, as he had the opportunity to meet and have conversations with some of the most well-known and respected figures in the world of comics and collectibles. After Chumlee had returned from his trip to California, he shared additional items with his friends. Among these was a deluxe desktop set that featured charming Pokemon figures. At home, he appeared to be entirely at peace while he was relaxing in his slippers. His update was well received by his followers, and one of them even said that Chum's voice is so calming that we ought to obtain an audiobook from him. When it comes to collecting and communicating with fans, it is very evident that Chumlee's enthusiasm is as great as it has historically been. Being able to observe Chumlee adopting a lifestyle that is more wholesome and satisfying is a welcome development. It would appear that he has put his legal issues in the past and is now concentrating on the straightforward pleasures that life has to offer. Chumlee, who has been in the spotlight for a significant portion of his life, has undergone a dramatic metamorphosis of his appearance. Having been involved in legal issues in the past, he has now adopted a lifestyle that is more relaxed and satisfying, putting more of an emphasis on his hobbies and cultivating meaningful connections and relationships. The past few years have been rather peaceful for Chumlee, despite the fact that she is not completely a mystery. On the other hand, information regarding his trip on Pawn Stars and his remarkable change in terms of fitness is still widely known. In spite of the fact that he is not very active on his primary Instagram account, he has managed to maintain a dedicated following of more than 800,000 people. There is little doubt that his audience will be ready to participate in the event that he decides to post more. The fact that people continue to be interested in Chumlee is a clear indication that there is something about the product. Because he possesses both a playful and profound personality, he is a figure that is truly captivating. A trip that has been nothing short of extraordinary has been taken by Chumlee. Through his journey from working in a pawn shop as a young man to becoming a reality TV celebrity, entrepreneur, and collector, he has demonstrated remarkable perseverance throughout the ups and downs of fame. The transition that he has undergone, both physically and personally, is evidence of his capacity to adjust and develop, demonstrating that a person's past events do not necessarily have to determine their future. Chumlee continues to be a well-liked figure in popular culture, despite the fact that she has been involved in controversial situations in the past. The fact that he is still one of the most well-liked stars in reality television is demonstrated by the fact that he is able to connect with his audience and make them feel good about meeting him. The fact that he made an appearance at Comic-Con demonstrates that he continues to take pleasure in being in the spotlight, albeit on his own terms right now. In the same way as Pawn Stars do, America continues to provide him with fresh experiences. And despite the fact that he is experimenting with a variety of economic enterprises, one thing is certain: Chumlee is not going to disappear into obscurity. His tale is still being written, especially now that he is putting more of an emphasis on his health, hobbies, and meaningful connections.